Hey everyone, welcome back to Unsealed and Revealed, the web series from Sideshow, in which me and two of my 6-scale besties do our best to show you everything that comes with the latest and greatest figures in the 6-scale world. I am Terry Smith, your host for today, and with me all the way out in the deserts of Southern California, even further out, looks like he's in the galaxy far, far away, is my buddy Guy Klender. How's it going there, Guy?
I am good. I got lost on the road, as you can see, still dark.
Yeah, clearly. Wow. Yeah, time zone. That daylight savings time.
When they
thing really
changed
did a lot
that
more
thing,
than
look
it
at that.
usually
I'm
does.
still in the dark here. About a great
clearly.
many things.
In addition to Guy, we've got Paul Hernandez hanging out there as usual in his rapidly brightening dungeon. It's looking more and more beautiful every time I see you, Paul.
Thank you. I've got a sunroof. So
Oh.
I've been granted just the one. So I'm happy to be here. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing well in whichever corner of the galaxy you are watching from. And if you are watching, chances are you're probably watching on either YouTube, Facebook, or on Twitch, where we are streaming. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every time you do, Terry gets another figure, and that just gives all of us job security. So please hit the like button, hit the notification bell, especially with Geeksgiving coming up. We're going to have some more streams. It's not going to be like Spooktacular, where it's kind of crazy. I like to tell people, Guy and Terry, and you can maybe attest to this, Geeksgiving is when Sideshow gives back. It's a bit nicer, but Spooktacular is when Sideshow claps back. That's what I like to say. So
yeah, I mean,
boom.
Geeksgiving, you
Couldn't
don't
have said
have
it better, man.
you don't have Autumn telling you nothing's going to happen, and then of course does. Truthfully, you can believe everybody's word during that November and December time period, which is good.
I guarantee it. And speaking of things that are happening, we've got something happening right here, don't we, Terry? Don't we have a figure to unseal and reveal?
I think we do. Before we dive into that, I just want to remind everybody that later on in the show, we are going to be featuring, again, our Guess the Reveal contest. There will be a figure revealed next week at the same time, the same channel. And you, the audience, get a chance to guess which that figure will be. Paul will be monitoring it. The first person to accurately guess it will receive as a prize the Die Hard Christmas book. Look at this thing. It looks fantastic. I haven't laid eyes on it yet, but I hope to someday. Is it good? Yeah.
I have it
it's
here in
so
my hands
cool.
right now.
I mean, the cover looks fantastic alone.
I do.
That's cheap.
Oh, there it is.
Now, I mean, we could unbox this figure, or I could tell everybody a story.
I see no reason why we can't do both. Let's
Or
tell
both.
a story about the figure. Frankly, I'm really jazzed about this figure. It's the most I've been excited about a figure that I've received since my Tron light cycle. So I'm excited to see what Guy and I are able to do with this. I already know what I can do with it.
Look at that.
Ooh.
But yeah, man, posing by proxy will happen in addition to that. So let's go ahead and
Let's do this.
Paul, did you have anything you wanted to add before we dive into this figure, or are we good?
Great segue. So this is a live show, everyone.
Yes, it is.
Really quick, just letting you guys know. Huge news. I think this may be even the first time we're telling Guy and Terry. Our holiday show is coming back. The huge, there it is right there. The Unsealed and Revealed holiday party is back, where Guy and Terry are picking out some of their favorite figures of the year. And we are going to be taking a fun stroll down a really fun Unsealed and Revealed during 2021. Head over to side.show/wish list. Ooh, this is going to be hard for me to say. Side.show/wish list blog and learn how to make a wish list. Now, the reason is our good friend Collector Claus is coming back, and when Collector Claus shows up, he comes correct. He brings gifts, he brings joy, he brings really strong eggnog, so we are all very excited to have him coming back. Fill out those wish lists, people, because if you were here in the audience last year, you know that Producer Alan and Collector Claus, they're like, we got to move these units. So we are giving stuff away during that holiday show. I believe right now it is, we are scheduled for December 16th to have that show. Us three will be on the show. Again, Guy and Terry showing off some of their favorite pieces. Now, the link that, look at we've got to move all of these gifts, people. I am literally drowning in gifts.
Don't worry,
so,
I know a guy.
Sorry, December 14th. It's December 14th. And again, if you have been a very kind and loyal Unsealed and Revealed viewer, Terry and Guy and Alan watch that. They know your name. They know who's been in there. They know who's been, was it naughty or nice? That one?
Yeah. I like
they,
the nice
They know
comments.
it all.
So,
The nice comments. So December 14th, the Unsealed and Revealed holiday party is back. It's going to be a really good time. Last year, it was madness. I didn't get to be a part of it, but this year I shoehorned myself into it, and I get to be in the show, and I get to do it with two of my good friends here, Guy and Terry. And again, they are giving back to you guys. Sideshow's giving back. December 14th. Be there, everyone. We'll see you. Fill out your wish list. Go learn how to do it. Side.show/wish list blog. That's not that easy to say.
No, it's
Wish list
not.
blog?
But it's easy to
No,
do.
but the whole
one.
thing. Side.show/.
Side.show for the title. Yeah, you're right.
Wish list blog.
Side.show. I can't do it. I'm just going to stop right now.
That's gonna. Yeah. It's
Side.show
not easy to say that phrase, but it is easy to fill one out. I actually created a wish list for the first time last year, which was very helpful to friends and family who were like, "What in the heck do we even get this guy? It's not like he doesn't have all the toys." And it's like, I don't have all of them. And so I think it's great.
I have to be the worst person to buy it for. I can't even imagine having to buy it for me.
I don't think you and I are easy to
I'll
shop
just get
for.
you a Sideshow gift cards. Easy.
Does work.
So before we move on to just we have a small testament to how crazy that show is. Pat Bodden, who was there last year, said that show was pretty nuts last year. They gave away a bunch of stuff, so you're gonna want to be there. So thank you,
Yes.
Pat. Pat was there last year. You're not going to want to miss it. All right, I think we have a figure to unseal and reveal.
Let's do it. All right.
Unheard of. All right, let's make it happen, man. Let's dig it. I already know what awaits you. So
You
just go
already
ahead and
know.
have fun with
And
it.
that's cool because he is shipping now because you already got yours. You called me last night to say, hey, guess what? I got my figure.
Yeah.
So
I'm legitimately at the bottom of the order. So it's,
I think that's great.
Ready to go.
This is very cool to be able to do together. So we see that we have our classic Star Wars boxing with that matte and flat blacks there and the silver Star Wars foil. We get Mandalorian on the wraparound cigar band in a couple of different poses there on that. Classic shoebox style. So let's jump right in to classic shoebox style. Off goes the top lid. Another photo.
I love that photo.
Here.
Yeah.
And this is kind of one of the neat parts is that it shows that we do have a swap out feature, and that is on those thigh armors there.
There's a reason for that swap out feature.
And you are going to talk to us about it while I do it. That's right.
Yeah?
You're
Okay,
going to
cool.
get the story while I do it.
All right, cool.
All right. Going to remove said figure. Now it is a single tray here. In your tray, you are going to have your figure.
It's actually
this.
not my figure. My figure's here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, see, your figure you've unpacked here. We're going to have.
I'm
our
not going
backpack.
to stop. I'm not going to stop taunting you with that throughout this show.
I like that you're
Hey,
doing
Guy.
that. I
Look what
freaking
I've
like
got.
that you're doing it. Now, as you can see, Terry's
Oh, no.
is pre-posed there. He's already done that.
It came that way. I didn't do that.
Wow. So it was a
Yeah.
much bigger box.
It's a new feature. It's a new feature that Sideshow's offering. We, for those of you who don't want to make the effort, we're going to ship your figures to you.
We're going to ship it pre-posed, ready to go. Ready to go.
That's not true.
That's-
That's not true, people.
Yeah, I've never seen that happen. Does anybody else get a pre-posed figure? I've not seen that happen.
Just me. They do it to mock me.
Yes. It's the do something different than this.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So inside our
Oh, you still got plastic on the boots, man.
I
That
said-
is-
well, yeah,
that is
I
just
told
fresh
you.
as the day is long.
I told you, boom. Now, I did that for a reason to kind of show how these are packed. With this one here, you're going to have the plastic baggies on. Often, most of the time, we take them off, but I know people are like, hey, wait a second. Mine's got
Now,
plastic
one
on
of
it.
the first things that I noticed when I took this out is look how fit that guy is. Now,
Yes.
We've seen a lot of different Mandalorian figures, but this guy is just svelte. This is an athlete wearing that armor, man. These Death Watch Commandos, they're no joke. Seriously.
They aren't.
But look, I mean, that's legitimately, I think, one of the best looking Mandalorian figures that we've seen to date.
It's really fun. With the Mandalorians, we're getting all of the different kind of styles and looks. And the last time we saw that was really kind of the House Party Iron Man, where they were really different. They're in the same realm, but they were very, very different. So we want to start with a quick head to toe. on this figure here. All right, so we're going to do kind of close-ups, and Michael's going to be all over those as we work our way down. As you can see on that front chest plate, you are getting some blaster fire and nicks and cuts and dings right there in the chest area. So we do see some heavy-duty weathering there. Also going to see little nicks on the side. Love that emblem. And Terry's going to tell us a little story probably all about said emblem.
That is the emblem of the Death Watch.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a lot of history involved with that, but we can get into that after you're
later on.
You go through the,
We take a look at the back there. You see this is going to be kind of a leather-like. Still got to come up with is we're calling it vegan leather, leather-like, whichever. But it does have that, and you can see some really nice stitch work done in that. And as you can tell, that does have a Velcro tab. It's not something I'm going to remove. It will tell you in the instructions, the ones that Terry discards, that it's not really a removable.
I don't even think I looked at them this time.
No,
I don't even know if mine came with instructions.
Yeah, well, I believe yours is being sent without. Yours is sent pre-posed without instructions.
Pre-post without instructions.
It's, it's just to add a dimension to it.
With no brown M&Ms in the package either. So.
We look a little further down, and you do see that holster on the side there. Again, another piece that is going to be done along with the belt in that faux leather. All right. We have cloth most of the time throughout the figure. And that's going to allow, as Terry already knows, really helps us out with the posability. You don't have a snug spider suit or an undersuit that we have sometimes on clone troopers or stormtroopers. The Mandos really have a lot more flexibility on that.
That's really what I saw the first. I mean, as soon as I opened it, I'm like, "Ooh, that's gonna pose really nice."
Exactly.
That reeked of range of motion.
Yes.
I can smell the range of motion.
I can smell the range of motion in the morning.
It's true.
So we do have that dark gray undersuit there leading down to the thigh armor. And since we have it there on the thigh armor, we'll show, yes, you do have a swap out. And Terry, you're going to tell us all about that.
Okay, well, the reason we have a swap out, everybody, I have to admit that when I first saw this, when they dropped the figure, I actually ordered two because my first thought when I saw that swap out plate was, oh, great, we can have two different characters. Not so. As we can see from the rank badges on this shoulder, actually, this is a very specific Mandalorian. This is the Mandalorian that picked up young Din Djarin and rescued him from the battle with the Separatist battle droids in the final episode, in the flashback of the final episode of Season 1. The reason that they give you a swap out is, I actually have the timestamps right here. The first time we see that thigh plate is at timestamp 1347 in that episode. And it is the thigh plate that, not the one that's on him right there. That looks like it's been swapped.
Yeah, I swapped it out real quick. I thought you were jumping ahead. Ha!
No. That's actually the thigh plate that comes with the figure is visible at 1347 when he first picks up Din Djarin. Yes, that's the one. When he first picks up Din Djarin off the ground and just like cradles him, and then the camera cuts to the show cuts to like a more distant shot of him, just as he's getting ready to blast off at 1351. Legitimately, 4 seconds after that first plate is shown, the second plate has been replaced. Something happened there. I don't know what it was, but we have two separate plates happening on the same character in the same scene. Just a little bit of an error, and Hot Toys probably had this discussion where they said, well, which one should we go with? And somebody said, why not both? That's it.
I like that even if it's a film error, do it.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. Now, last way we're working down, I did swap that out. You did see the Velcro there. Yes. Terry talked about is down in the boots. On this one here, you see some great paint scale done in the dirt of the boot. And as you can see, that's a full up boot. It's a full leather boot.
Full up.
All right.
I'm legitimately playing with mine right now.
I love that you're doing that. So we do have the full on boot like that done in the leather. I'm going to spin it around here, and we see that the knee pads are attached or on there with a Velcro strapper on the back, which means that we will be able to move them up and down to put them in the right position for us, depending on how Terry guides us in our posing today.
I'm never going to tell. Until
You're never.
I do.
Oh, you're not going to tell us how to pose it today. Oh, well,
Until I do.
that's going to be a big change in the show. Goodness knows what we're going to do. We might
I
go
probably
into
should have
cooking
talked about
tips.
this with producer Alan, but
Cooking tips. So let's get into articulation on this guy here. First point of articulation. There we go.
oh,
All right. I always love that these move down. I think that's really neat when they've got the rangefinder. And of course, please be cautious with it when you're doing that. That is not
Yeah.
metal. That is a molded plastic. I'm going to, can I catch the angle?
I
What
love
dig
that
is,
they're actually showcasing that in the show itself. We're seeing more of that first when Cobb Vanth was using the rangefinder, I think. Obviously, Din Djarin does not have a rangefinder yet in the show, but perhaps he
Didn't
will
Boba
someday.
use it?
Actually, I think
Boba uses it.
Boba did use it, but Din Djarin I think used it first. If I'm
Or do
not
we have to
mistaken.
jump back and say Django
I'm sorry, not
used it?
not
But
Din Djarin. I
nonetheless,
meant Cobb Vanth.
Nonetheless,
It was
you've got that there, folks. And I was trying to get an angle on it. What I think is really neat is just the detail that's done in that. Is when you spin it around and you look behind it, does have the little black square eye that he looks through right there. Just an attention to detail and sculpt. We've got our classic ball joint. Okay, so we can move it around like so. We also have the additional neck joint to be looking down at. Hey, look at there, little foundling. How you doing today? Let me get you out of here. That line was cut from the show because it stunk. It's also why I no longer write for the show.
I knew there was a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
exactly. That would be it. Also, they were like, you got to stop nerding out on everything. So
I
let's-
can't even picture that.
Yeah, exactly. Why would I nerd out? Next
seen
up, let's go down into shoulders. We do have a butterfly joint. Hopefully you're seeing that from the side. There we are getting that movement. Let's talk about those shoulder pauldrons. These are also done that they do have a little bit of motion on there, so I can kind of wiggle them. Now, it's not done before what we've seen with some of the troopers where it has elastic underneath there, but it is one that has a bit of give. Now, of course,
I
you
have a
can only
question
go
for
so
everybody.
high. Yes, sir.
If Guy flaps a Mandalorian's butterfly joint on Mandalore, do you get rain on Coruscant instead of sunshine?
What the hell does that mean? I don't know what that means.
It's a chaos theory thing. Sorry. Okay.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks for watching,
the
folks.
the first Jurassic Park reference on a Star Wars show. Okay,
no,
sorry. Let's go.
I do know, Paul, that we have talked about guests, hosts. Apparently, someone currently from the audience will be hosting next week's show.
Enjoy.
Enjoy, folks.
Oh, wow.
See, this that bad joke was brought to you by too much coffee. Anyway,
So, back to articulation. So we are going to have a just about straight up on there as far as our forward. We are feeling like we've got a ratchet joint. We can go pretty much straight out there. The important part is one that we're going to want is that double joint on this guy here.
yeah, that's some really solid range of motion.
Now, as far as the wrist gauntlet, okay, also not glued in place. So when you're moving it around, you can get it to where you need it, depending. You do have the bicep cut, allowing you to turn arm outward if need be.
I
All
actually
right,
didn't notice that on mine.
Terry, we need to work on some music for the Terry Twist segment of the show.
Should it be like 80s aerobics?
Well, I
music,
think
or,
80s aerobic style tunes. So if anybody there,
that makes sense.
hey, you know what? There might be an audience member here watching, singer-songwriter. Could you write us a song for the Terry Trunk Twist segment of the show? I think that would be spectacular. It does not have to have lyrics. It would be best if it did, so everybody can sing along. But back to that, we do have quite a good twist and range of motion. Because we don't have a lot of side thigh armor, we are getting side to side as well. And we are getting that forward crunch. As Terry has shown me with posing, sometimes if you're limited in this though, you use that articulation in the hips. to get those further bends.
It's all in the hips.
It's all in the hips.
All in the hips. It's all in the hips.
All right. So
now we've got a Happy Gilmore.
you know, we've got all kind of stuff. So our forward. This goes more to the dance routines I keep making the figures do. So we get to an almost 90 on that, and importantly, knee joint double bend. As you saw, this will adjust because I talked about that there is the elastic on that one there. We get to our ankle joint, and it is a ball ankle joint. That's a full covered boot on there, so you don't have to worry about that. That's always going to stay hidden. But most importantly, Terry, would you say it? Say it loudly. Say it proudly.
Time for Tread Watch.
Boom.
Nice. Yeah, baby.
Tread watch time.
Wow,
Look
that
at the
looks
little
great.
leather stitching around
I hadn't
the
even
corner,
looked at mine yet.
and a hint of
Swear to
tread.
God, I haven't looked at mine. Hold on. Yeah.
And you got a little hint on the back and a little hint there on the front. As you see from the side there, whoop, there we go. You do get that dirt and grime around it. I'm going to leave a little light on there so you can see it. I love that band there up on
looks really
the
good.
riding boot. And as I said, they've come a long way with being able to do these leather boots that way.
I was just thinking that the weathering on it just seems much more natural than it has before. It's it has a very realistic vibe to it that I really appreciate.
And we do get
Thanks for
a
that, Hot Toys.
good wide spread on the leg as well. Now, I've not flattened out those feet, which of course you are going to be able to do. I just wanted to kind of show what you're going to get for a spread on the leg like that. Only impeded by the suit, but I don't think this guy's going to need to go any further than that. You also are going to have twist in the thigh as well. So I'm going to set him off to the side, and we will accessorize. I'm having a whole night.
Oh, I love this part.
All right, first up, definitely something you need when they're going to have a jetpack is get yourself a dynamic stand. All right.
And it's a really slick one too. Look at that! Look at that shine on that base there. I don't know why, but for some reason it struck me that it actually has more of a gleam to it. Than I'm used to in previous offerings. But it just looks really, really slick. Maybe it's because it's against that basalt colored base instead of the sand or the snow that we're used to having.
Yeah, we've seen this mold before, but what's great is we are getting it used in a lot of different colors on a lot of different figures, and so it does set it aside. What I like is that it also has these footprints that if you happen to place it in there, it gives it a very cool lifelike look. And then if you've got it on a flight stand, obviously that's where he was when it blasted off. So it's a great idea to have those. And then of course we have our chrome nameplate there. Because we talked about flight, he's obviously going to be whoosh.
Go flight. Rising Phoenix, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, I made my own little sounds there. I'm going to turn the light off there because hopefully we'll get a little bit less glare. But you do see there is some weathering and pitting on this. Now this kind of style reminds me a lot of the when we first saw Django's pack, that it had that kind of rounded small triple versus kind of the rockets that we saw with Boba Fett. We do have that great air vent down at the bottom, maybe a little, there you go. A little light will show you. The kind of exhaust vent, you do see that you got the two pegs there, and of course that means that you're going to have two of these guys right here.
Yeah.
All right, these slide in very easily to give you that flight look. On there you're seeing the back of it. I'll spin it upside down. Yeah, look at it. You know what, Terry? We got to see if we can, fly off the one side and back on the other. But you do see there, you're getting some great detail and work on this one here, and then of course the hidden magnet in there that will attach onto the figure. I love the magnet feature on any of the backpacks.
Very, very strong.
It's a really nice addition. Any of the Mandos, any of the Bobas, anytime they have the magnet, or the 501st guys that they've done, anytime that backpack attachment can be done with the magnet, it's great. So of course we have two of the blaster boost rockets there, as you saw Terry doing his Whee! Around there. Next up, let's take a look at this guy.
Yeah, that is just I don't think that actually has a name. If that actually has a name in the Star Wars universe, I'm not aware.
You know,
of it.
there's a couple of good websites
Mandalorian.
about the different blasters, and I did not look up today to see if this one is on here.
Hey, you know
Yeah.
what's cool?
What's that?
We can check the Sideshow website right now and see what the name is.
Okay, what does it say? What does it say? Does it say what the
actually say?
blaster is, or say blaster rifle? Blaster rifle. See, yeah. We want the name, even though it'll say pistol. We want to hear it's the DL-22.
Yeah.
We want those kind of insights. But what I
That's
do
what I'm
think is
talking
neat
about.
about this one is the change in color on that. The stock being in kind of that matte black. You can see little nicks and dings in it there. Down on the long barrel, you're going to get that gunmetal color. You're going to get the scope and some of the attachments done in kind of a semi-black. Get a little gunmetal there on the bunt end there. And then, of course, the second handle also in black. Next up, blaster pistol, as it said. Also done in the two-tone color and a very cool style. Do we know a name on this one, Terry?
Absolutely, we do.
Okay, Terry.
That is the West R35.
Okay. See, I have the West R32.
Built on the Mandalorian moon of Concordia.
See,
Yeah.
and these are the facts that I'm not sure
corporation
everybody gets all the time. But again, great.
The Mandalorian moon of Concordia obviously is the home world of Death Watch. That's where they really retreated to after the Mandalorian Civil War way back in the day, which I don't think we've seen a whole lot of. We need that story.
We need that story. Well, we've got more seasons of the show. Okay, you're going to have a swap out right and left hand that is going to come with the trigger style on there. And of course, those hands will go on there nice and easily. It is a softer, flexible rubber used that allows you to even have the finger inside the trigger. A little look of how it is.
It's quite nicely.
On there.
I'd be remiss, Guy, if I didn't point out that in adhering to the long-standing tradition in Star Wars of basing various blasters off of real technology, the rifle, the carbine that we see here is actually based on a real world. It's old as hell, but it's legitimately a one of those gas grenade launching 37 millimeter gas launching guns.
Okay.
It's a single shot one that you would fire it off, then break it open, slap in another canister, and then fire it off again.
Now
but they go on.
We saw that with the Jawa, right? The Jawa was a gas mortar firing, I think.
Yeah, I actually don't know what that one's from.
I think that was one of my favorites. When my dad made me one for my Jawa costume as a kid, it was a Campbell's soup can drilled onto the front end of a piece of wood that he carved for me real quick.
Good job, Dad. All right.
Exactly. You throw a couple of bike reflectors for your eyes glowing, and you're good to go. You just go walk the streets aimlessly and hope not to bump into stuff.
I didn't know you as a child, Guy, so I'm imagining you as the adult that you are today in a Jawa costume.
I'd still wear it. I'd still wear it. I looked very much the same, except the hair was not here; it was up here. So really, other than the fact that it slid down, the same. As a kid, I still had a Sideshow T-shirt. I've had those for forever. I've been wearing those for a long time.
Not leaving a lot to the imagination.
Swap out hands. We're also going to have a right and left fist done in that blue. Okay, that we've got there. The hands that are going to come with the figure are going to be the relaxed hands.
Cool.
Well, young man, that takes us up to something that we get to do by proxy, but also at the same time. Let's pose. Let's do some figure posing.
Yeah, cool. Before we do that, we promised last week, it was Paul's idea, that we would start doing a new segment in which I would bring a photograph out of the cellar. Actually, out of the cellar ought to be the name of the segment. I'm a big.
There we go.
I was
Boom, we just named it
back in the day, but there we go. Boom. So, out of the cellar is the name of the new is the name of the segment, and every show I will be bringing up from the basement, from the cellar, a figure that I have down in there, and hitting a pose with it, and showcasing here on the show. So this is similar to the whole notion of guess the reveal. Everybody now gets the opportunity to guess which figure that I brought out. I think we're going to be dropping a hint, right, Paul? Just to like simplify things a little bit, because it's only 10 minutes till the guess with the reveal thing actually happens.
Yes, we should. So we can say that it's a 6 scale. It's not
That's
some
it.
random.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a 6 scale
it's a
figure.
6 scale. And then if Terry is, he's over here for me. If Terry is feeling kind, maybe let him know what license.
Oh,
If
definitely
you're feeling
Star
kind,
Wars.
that's up to you.
Definitely Star Wars. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
Star Wars day. I'm not saying that I'm always going to do this, but I'm going to stay within the license today and just kind of like get things off at a slower and easier pace. So just start guessing what figure you think I brought up out of the cellar, and I have decided to showcase here today. Anyway, moving on.
And you only have, you know, however long 6 scale figures, Star Wars 6 scale figures have been being created. That's your time frame. So it's one of those.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
you know.
There you go.
That's actually pretty lengthy. Wow.
Paul, I'm glad that you specified that it was a 1/6 scale figure, not what is Terry pulling out of the cellar? It's a jar of pickles, you know, or something like that. So
Yeah, that would be unusual. The 6 scale jar.
it would
Yeah,
be
I don't do a
unusual.
lot of pickling.
Terry does do a lot of pickling. Perhaps you're not aware of that. That's on another one of his shows. All right.
All right, so we're ready for this?
All right, we are ready. Let's go.
I've got to go grab some accessories out of the living room really quick. I'm gonna
Accessorize.
unplug right now
While
and,
you're doing
get on
that, just to show them off, I had done the 2 blasters, 1 in each hand. Are we gonna double ammo today, right now? Should I swap out hands while you do it? No. Okay.
I don't think we'll double weapon. I think we'll just do a rifle.
Gotcha. Goodness knows, right?
No idea.
Goodness knows. I mean, you never know. Sometimes you need an infinity gauntlet. You get an oven mitt. You never know.
Oh, I see a helmet.
I never get
Nice.
to participate in cobbled cosplay, so this is like
You couldn't participate with that. That is a licensed item.
You're right.
You cannot do that. If you
And
had a
this is fun, too.
5-gallon
I mean, I don't
bucket,
know if they'll do
you
it,
could put
actually.
that on your head. There's the rangefinder. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right,
it actually
young
does
man.
light up. Right? I must have turned it off or something.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
okay, so that.
So talk to me, sir. What are we doing here?
Okay. We're gonna try to hit the same pose that I have on my
Okay.
I have them on the flight stand. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna hit you with a combination of posing myself and showing you the figure.
Got
I
it.
think, this time. Okay.
All right. Combo pack.
Okay. So what you're gonna have to do is, you're gonna put the gun, the carbine, in his right hand.
Okay.
And
Got
then once you get that in the right hand, then put it on his right peg, obviously. Okay. And then you're going to want to bring it all the way up here.
Okay. It's important to have those things around the house, as Terry does. All right.
That is so cut off. It's so funny.
All right. So I am going to use the relaxed hand on the left hand to go underneath.
Actually, I would use the other pistol grip.
The other pistol grip to go underneath.
Yeah, that's what I used.
All righty.
Because he's gonna be grabbing that handle up front.
Oh, okay. We're going to double handle it up.
Yeah.
All right. Hand on.
I love how easily these hands go onto these wrist pegs too, man. It's actually pretty. Yeah, I dig it.
It's damn nice, right?
Yeah, it's I mean, it's not. It's obviously the degree of difficulty with removing and putting on pegs varies from figure to figure.
Right.
But this has a nice blend. It feels nice and secure once you get it on, and it doesn't take a lot of effort at all.
Okay. Now, when you're going to use, and you have the kind of a blaster there, when it has a long stock like that, do you find yourself kind of putting the stock in and under the arm, or do you find yourself doing it over, up? Where are you kind of doing it? Or
It
just
varies from figure to figure and from gun to gun.
Okay.
Sometimes it looks just good just to have it like tucked between the elbow and the body. Mm-hmm. If I can bring it all the way up against the shoulder, very much like you're supposed to, then I do.
all right. Well, that's kind of what I'm working on then.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, got it.
I was able to do that with mine.
All right. So that's
we go.
that's up real close to the shoulder. Both hands on there, like so. Ah, thank you for doing that. And I got to get me one of those. I got to get one of those. I'm going to put that on my wish list.
Yeah.
All right. Next up,
Nice.
are we torso twisting?
I had to pull my my head out of the helmet for a little bit.
I think
Got
it's
all fogged up, I couldn't
you
see
can
what
you
were
can take
doing.
the helmet off for now.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So, man, this is all messed up. Okay, so now obviously we're gonna have him holding it like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna get him on the flight stand eventually. But so what I want you to do is I want you to have this leg bent like this. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. And the torso is going to twist a little bit, but I think it's going to twist to the left. Not too much, though.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to kind of twist it a little bit to the, like lean it to his right. So rotate it to the left and then lean a little bit to the right.
Would also like you to know that later on today, Terry will be teaching a yoga class online, so make sure to tune in for that.
It's ridiculous that I haven't fallen over yet. I just...
Alrighty.
Okay.
Gotcha. Slight twist there. Leg off to the side there. Now I'm just
I love that.
don't know. I get what you're doing, and you're going to show me the other one. You've gotten me quite a ways there. So take a look at what I've got here. I'm not going to put him in the stand yet. All right.
So the straight leg, we're going to push it back maybe one click, because I think it's ratcheted, right?
The arms are. I'm not hearing a ratchet on mine, but it could be that I've got an earpiece in at the moment. So.
Yeah, I thought my legs were. I thought I felt clicks in my legs when I was working with them, but
I feel clicks in my legs all the time when I'm walking. That's called age.
I thought the same thing, man. I'm like,
That's age.
yeah.
If you're in that.
But there's his head. I'm like, you'll get yours, Paul.
There's a one back for you.
I give you 15 years, man. Come talk to me in 15 years.
All righty.
That's assuming I'm still alive in 15 years.
All right. I've got that up there. Little back, boom. Little
Yeah.
twist. Action.
Yeah, cool. Now I'm going to do it a little bit different.
Okay.
Okay.
This leg here, am I doing straight or a hint of a knee bend?
I'm thinking perfect the way it is. I'm thinking point that toe. Yeah, just like that. And I'm also thinking take that front leg. I told you to move it back before, but like lift it. Like I'm sorry, not the front leg. I'm sorry, Guy. That one's okay. The one you were just manipulating, I like what you did with it. Leave it.
Okay.
And then the left leg, push it forward just a little bit, like one click. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is getting cool. All right, cool. Now, what I would do now is I would go ahead and get him on that flight stand, and then we can put the we can then go ahead and put the jetpack on him after we get that flight stand established. Now, because of the way that the jetpack will interact with the flight stand, you're going to want to have that stand gripping him like right at the hips, and I'm talking about like below the belt.
Okay.
No more below the belt jokes, everybody. That's it.
There's only one.
Yeah, that's for this figure probably.
All right. Right around the hips there.
So I would go ahead and take that stand and like tilt it back at about the midsection, I think.
At the midsection, doing a little
There we
hike
go.
back.
Cool. It's gonna be like he's coming in for a landing kind of a thing. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and look. I think that now see how I've got. Do you have a monitor available? Yeah, of
I
course you
do.
Do you see how mine is actually how the stock is actually rammed into the crook of his shoulder there?
Yes.
Yeah. See if you can't fiddle with those arms enough to make that happen with yours as well. Nice.
Done. That was a nice part about. I talked about that the shoulder pads have a bit of movement. I was able to kind of move it out of the way. Adjust it in there. All right, so we got it like so.
Yeah, go ahead and grab that jetpack now and make those magnets do their thing. Make those magnets do their thing. That's it.
All right. We have to straight him on here. Boom.
Yeah, baby.
Damn, that looks good.
What a great figure, man. I mean, it's just bringing back just vibes of not just the scene with the Death Watch Mandalorians at the end of season 1, but the scene with the Mandalorian covert going to town on all the bounty hunters on Navarro. Dang, it's just, I don't know. I get so excited about Mandalorian stuff. There's part of me that really I treasure like the prequels and the standalone films, and I really enjoy them, and I want my excitement for those films to remain. But I have to admit that I'm right on board with all the Mandalorian excitement. I mean, I'm just up there at the vanguard of that with everybody. I'm on that bandwagon, and I'm not getting off. I mean, you can't pull me off of that bandwagon. Wow. Okay. Awesome first pose.
The other thing
yeah.
I did was I did put that pistol in the side there.
That's good. That's good.
And you said one was a landing and saving, and the other is when he blasts off. So look at that. Woo.
Yeah.
Swap out piece.
If anything, I would point that gun down just a little bit more. Just a touch. Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. That's the angle on that is much better. It looks more like he's coming in for a landing and blasting somebody who's still on the ground, or blasting off and shooting at his foes while he's retreating. That's also a really cool story to tell with that. Okay, so that's a great first pose. Guy, why don't you go ahead and step away from that? Let the background interaction do its thing. While you're doing that, I think that this is time for Guess the Reveal, ladies and gentlemen. So if you've got a keyboard at home, and why wouldn't you, then start hammering away on it. Let Paul know what you think next week's figure is going to be that we'll be showcasing on next Tuesday on Guess the Reveal. Same time, same channel, all that good stuff. And the first person to guess the figure that we'll be revealing next week will go home with the Die Hard Christmas book. I think we can, yeah, there we go. Thank you, super producer Sam, for dropping that up there for everybody. That's right, man. Very aptly put yippee ki there, Guy. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. As soon as Paul knows what who the winner is, then he'll let me know, and we'll pass that information along to everybody. What do you think? Should we do? Oh, should we go ahead and announce the? Yeah.
Do we already
Let's
have
just go
somebody?
ahead and do one more pose. What do you think?
Do we already have somebody know what it was?
Well, we do. We had somebody guess the figure that I have here. Are we ready to reveal that, Paul?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Who got it?
So, congratulations to a long-time Unsealed viewer. It is the incredible single songwriter. Guessed correctly. Show him the figure there, Terry.
Bringing it up. Bringing it up. Are we ready here?
Oh,
there we go. We got a photo of it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Heavy Mando.
That big boy. He looks great next to that figure. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it really does, man. I mean, I knew going into it that they pair really well together. I was hoping. I mean, obviously, you can only go on the photos when you're dealing with a figure that's on pre-order. But I knew that I suspected there would be enough of a difference in color tones just to separate the two of them, and just having those two different tones of blue with a little bit of a teal thing that's going on with the Death Watch figure. They really stand out. It provides enough separation that it doesn't become monochromatic, and they really look great. I almost never break the one figure per shelf rule on my DTOF, and I think that I'm going to maintain what you're seeing there in that image. In fact, I'm actually considering dropping in a Mandalorian armorer figure when I finally get that in.
Ooh, nice.
The three of them together make it very nice.
So you're talking about something that would look a little more like that then.
Baby, there it is. Thank
A little
you,
more
that guy.
like that.
Nice.
I mean, the only other
Yeah.
thing you could do, depending on how much room you have,
Oh wow!
is really
push it.
really pop it up.
Baby.
I know Paul and I talked about this. This is I think Paul's added that to his wish list earlier today.
Yes.
You're looking to buy Paul a gift? Yeah.
So, and our winner gets gets the book, right? The Die Hard Christmas book.
It's like
Winner
it's like
gets
the
the
most
book.
badass Christmas card.
I
like the
think.
best
Do we have a
family
winner
portrait.
yet for the Guess the Reveal, Paul?
We do.
Oh, I think it's time. Let's just go
Boom.
over announcing.
We've got winners all around, everyone.
Yeah.
Winners all around.
All right, so let's move some of these figures off, and then whenever Guy is ready,
Go away.
I'm okay. I am being shunned yet again
Just
from the
love the
studio.
look of all those characters together because it's like a super awesome boy band. Or just a stoner rock.
Maybe we could take Guy Klender's camera off there. But hey, yeah, congratulations to Single Songwriter for winning the Out of the Cellar challenge. It was the Heavy Mando.
that
Again,
was you.
a lot of people, Terry, saying they are kicking themselves for missing that one. Because
it's
I
actually
guess
sold under the radar, and I think a lot of it used to,
Yeah.
when it first came out, it sold out. The aftermarket value shot through the roof. It's
Right.
since plummeted. There's not a whole lot of interest in the figure in the aftermarket. What a crime! Because I think it's one of the strongest figures that Hot Toys produced that year, if not the strongest figure that they produced that year in the Star Wars line. And I don't have a lot of figures on display in my studio here, but that's one of 10 figures that I have on display in my studio here. It's been there since I moved in.
And I do believe if you go to sideshow.com right now, search Heavy Mandalorian, you can waitlist for it now. But I think we're ready for Guy.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
So we have a guess the reveal winner.
Yes,
All right.
we do. So here we go. Go.
What in the?
It was a birthday cake. A 1/16.
Happy birthday,
Oh.
Guy.
Happy birthday,
Oh.
Guy!
It is a 6-scale cake for Mr. Guy Elizabeth Klender. I don't remember James.
James.
James is your middle name.
But I do go by
You know what?
Elizabeth. I do, I do use that one from time to time. Well, thank you.
Yay!
Happy
think it's in
belated
1/6 scale.
birthday, sir. It sure is. Yeah, you weren't supposed to move it like that. This is a live show, everyone. Need we remind you again.
You never know what you're going to get
But,
on a live show.
Before we, someone did actually win the Guess the Reveal. But before we
Nice.
do that, seriously, happy birthday to Guy Klender, who works so incredibly hard with Terry, you guys, and I mean with everyone as well, but to bring you guys this show and do some of those incredible first look and so many other things around here at Sideshow. There is your actual 1-for-1 birthday cake with your 4 best friends. Happy birthday,
Fantastic.
Guy Kratos Klender. Kratos Klender is a pretty cool name. Happy birthday, Guy. Make a wish. Blow out your candles.
Thank you. I wish that we can do this all the time. These figures. These are so much
He's
fun.
just talking about the cake.
Yes, I mean the cake. I wish we could have cake every day. No, I don't think
too,
we should.
man.
Then you're going to see guys starting to cosplay as Jabba and other characters
Oh goodness.
like that.
Do we have the actual figure, or can I just tell him?
Let's see.
Let's bring it in.
It is flying
Yeah,
in.
that's
It's coming very quickly.
Boom! It's the yes, it is the TV version of the Flash, the 6-scale by Hot Toys. Again, I hope some of you guys have seen that incredible first look. But when you guys show up next Tuesday at 10 a.m., we're gonna unseal and reveal the TV Flash for everyone.
Yes, there's so many cool things about this figure. If you're a fan of the show, this gives you almost every moment you could want to recreate with that figure.
I do enjoy the show. I have enjoyed the show. I'm not up to date on it, but I devoured the first several seasons of it, just ravenous.
Now-
Yeah, there's a lot of it now. And before I forget, congratulations to John Galgano, who guessed correctly. So, John, you also win the Die Hard book. Email social@sideshow.com. Let us know what you won, where you won it. Please use your Sideshow email and your address, please.
I
Congrats.
love this book.
That's awesome. Happy birthday, Guy. I'm glad that we got to do that for you. I think that's really freaking sweet. I'm just loving the look of that. All those figures there together. I'm getting plenty of ideas.
It's funny. You and I have talked about the army building, and we're used to doing that with our stormtroopers and this, that, and the other. But the Mandalorian line giving us so many different looks, and who knows what we're going to continue to see come out. So I'm digging on it.
I've got an idea or two.
Oh, you do? Okay.
But that would call for speculation, which I'm just.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that today.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for tuning in, watching the show with us here today as we unwrap this amazing figure. I mean, I'm just in awe of it. If I seem like I've been distracted today, it's because I've been paying attention to mine at the same time the Guy has been unsealing and revealing that one there in the studio. Thanks, Guy. You really hit a home run with the pose there today. I wish we had time to do one more, but that's just the way of, we got you a cake instead. I hope
Hey, you know, I'm sure there will be a how to be a poser video, and people are going to get a lot of great ideas on how to
Your
use.
lips to Director Allen's ears.
Exactly.
Make it so. Wrong light.
Yeah, and Paul, I know you had a lot to
space.
take on today with the addition of the new segment, Out of the Cellar, and everything else today. I know you had a lot to take on, so thanks for doing that. You were a pro, as always. Thanks again to all of our production team, producer Alan, producer Michael, super producer Sam, and to all of you watching at home. We really, really appreciate you. In fact, we appreciate you so much that we're going to leave you with a special video as we depart today. So as you enjoy, as you watch this, just remember to take care of each other, take care of your plastic, and as always, don't forget to let your geek side show.
Bye, everyone.
Stay
Thank
tuned.
you.
Collector Claus here. If you're on the nice list, you might want to make a list of your own. Sideshow's wish list is the best way of dropping hints to make sure you don't wind up getting a bumblebee when you wanted a bumblebee. Simply head over to sideshow.com and create a wish list. Then share it with your friends and family. They'll be glad you did. I always say, if you don't have to guess, then you shop without stress. Happy gifting, everyone.